what's the deal? It's Randall, and I'm back with another video. As you may or may not know, I have a 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona EV. I've had it for a few months. I've been able to do a few things to it, and so today, as you probably see in the title of the video, how you doing, buddy? So, as you can see in the title of the video, I've been able to do a vinyl wrap on my vehicle, so I'm gonna just do a quick walk around, show some of the updates on the vehicle, and let's go ahead and get going. So, let's do it. So here we have it. We have our 2024 Dodge Charger. It's gonna be a Daytona EV, so this is the electric model, not the gas. The main difference is gonna be the R-wing in the front, but as you can see, we have our matte blue wrap all the way around on the vehicle. Factory color is black, and so I was able to leave some of the accents gloss black. This piece right here is part of the bumper. It's gonna be a trim panel. You have the front lip. You also have the rocker panels in the rear diffuser, as well as the mirrors that are gloss black, and then also I left the roof gloss black to give it some contrast. The reason I do that, because when you start at the windshield on the vehicle and you work your way up, all the way from the top, it's gonna look like one big window from the front to the back. So it gives some contrast, makes the car look a little bit lower when you're taking pictures and you know, the profile of that car. So this is one little trick that we do to make the car look a little bit more sporty, as well as give some contrast, that way it's not a big blue blob. But the wheels, they're gonna be the 22-inch Ferrata wheels. This is gonna be a bronze or a brushed Cobra finish. So you see the center cap logo is red, so the brakes are still currently red. I will eventually change those colors, but for right now, don't look too bad in their quote-unquote stock form. We do have the side markers. They're going to be tinted as well to give it a little bit more contrast, make them blend in a little bit better. And then we have our rear end. The Daytona's embossed inside the diffuser down there, and so the diffuser's still going to be black. And so it makes the car, if you look back from a distance, it's going to make the car sit higher. And so when you go blue all the way down, it makes the car lower. This gives that car that aggressive stance, and so when you're looking at it from the back, those big wide 315 tires, you get a nice look. And so that's just what we did on this vehicle. Break up some of that blue at a distance. Pretty good side profile. Car just kind of flows nicely. And so Dodge is also going to be coming out with the blue color. I believe it's called Lucifer. Blue color is going to be a gloss blue, kind of almost the same hue. This is a matte blue finish, and so it doesn't have a clear coat on it or a clear layer on it. It's going to be straight vinyl, and so has a little bit of sheen to it. For the most part, it's going to be a matte finish, which you have to take care of a little bit differently as opposed to a gloss wrap. It's definitely a nice addition to the car. We've had good results, you know, at different meets, different pictures we posted online, different things like that. You know, as you heard earlier in the video, everyone's driving by there honking their horn, you know, as we're recording the video, but it's been a good look so far. So I feel like I made a good choice with this particular color. I'll give you two tips if you're gonna wrap this vehicle. I'll give you two tips are gonna help you, whether you're gonna DIY or whether you're someone that's looking to wrap one of these vehicles and have to take this vehicle apart. Two tips that are gonna help you during that process. First tip, front bumper. So the front bumper, you see you have sensors in the front bumper. You also have a bunch of electronics. So you have shutters in the bumper, you have the adaptive cruise control, you have sensors all around the front of this bumper. On the screen when you get in the car, you know, it shows the electric vehicle, then it also shows all the autonomous driving and all that different kind of stuff. All those cool features that you never use, and you know, if you do, you're one of the cool guys, but I really don't even play around with those part of the menus. There's a bunch of electronics in this front bumper. So what'll happen is when you start unplugging the bumper, like you see you have a camera right here, for example, as well as your LED logo. So when you start unplugging a bunch of the stuff in the bumper, the car's not gonna like it. Eventually, when you unplug everything, it almost makes the car lock up to the extent to where you can't move it, or to where it makes it hard for you to lock and unlock the vehicle, or it kind of locks itself. So when you're taking that front bumper apart, you definitely want to roll all the windows down, just in the event that the car decides to lock itself or it's not able to be mobile, you would be able to still access that vehicle. As always, you can just plug everything back up, start the vehicle, move it like you need to. But if you're trying to move it with that bumper off, the car's gonna freak out because it's not seeing the different devices that it needs to see in order to keep the computer happy. Second tip is that when you start taking apart the back of the vehicle, the spoiler does have to come off in order to wrap the trunk. And so when you start taking apart the back of the vehicle, the hatch may or may not open once you take it all apart and close the hatch. And so after you take it all apart, put it back together, close the hatch, if the hatch doesn't open, you actually have to go through a procedure in order to manually open this latch. There's not a pull like it is on some vehicles where you can get back there in the trunk and pull the latch. There's actually a procedure, which I'll probably just make a video on how to do that. But that back hatch is probably not gonna open after you take everything apart and put it back together. So 2 things you need to prepare for sure is make sure the front bumper, make sure your windows are down when you pull the front bumper off once again, and then you wanna make sure you are prepared to reset the hatch in order to open your hatch, because the button won't work. You can't do it from the key fob. Essentially, you're gonna be stuck without a hatch that's open and closed and functional until you're able to reset that hatch. Like right now, I can of course open my hatch, it's gonna open. For those that didn't know, the Dodge vehicle, or the Dodge Charger, is a hatchback, which is kind of similar to the Magnum when it came out. And so pretty cool because you get a lot of trunk space. Yeah, so it's definitely something you wanna prepare for in regards to if you wrap the vehicle, make sure that you're prepared to reset the trunk. You didn't mess anything up, it's not the end of the world. You know, as we take this vehicle apart, I'm kind of stumbling upon different issues, figuring out how to solve them, so it's been pretty cool to be able to kind of map it all out, figure it all out. And you know, it's been a cool project so far, so I'm definitely gonna keep the foot on the gas, so to speak, and you know, keep coming up with new ways to modify this car, make it look good, you know, find different ways in order to personalize it. But this is just a quick video showing the progress that we've had with this 2024 Dodge Charger Daytona EV. Once again, my name is Randall ModFX out of Houston, Texas. We're gonna keep having fun with this car, no doubt. And hopefully you all like it, love it or hate it, we're gonna keep it going. Other than that, we'll see you on the next video. So y'all be safe, stay tuned, and I appreciate all your support. All right, peace.